Awesome. Thank you, ladies, for hopping on. I know that this is not the most convenient time, but it works, and we are able to get in a good recording. And I'm so excited to hear from our newest Diamond qualifying coach, Brandi. Super exciting, and it is such a huge, amazing milestone to reach in your business. I think even to the outside world, people are like, "Ooh, a diamond, what does that mean?" So it starts to really solidify your business, not just for you and your team, but for those watching you or who have been watching you for years, start to see that growth in leadership and confidence. Sarah Cowbell's on here too, and she just recently went diamond, and I can see that shift in her and just taking your business a little bit more seriously. So it's a great milestone from a corporate side, but just for your own personal business, it's an amazing, it feels accomplished, because for so long you feel like I can't do this, and then you get it and you're there, and it's like the momentum, you just want to keep going. So congratulations, super exciting. Yes, Sarah, and more money every week for doing what you love anyway, which is so cool. And so also, if you're listening to this and you're not Emerald, that's another thing you're missing out on. You're doing the stuff. If you're hitting Success Club and you want to start building a team, even if it's $14 extra a month, that pays for your Netflix, that pays for, coffee, that pays for a manicure, like depending if you get shellac or not. But all that stuff starts to add up when you look at it. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is. So keep it going. This lighting is driving me nuts. Maybe we'll try that. That's a little bit better. So just super excited to hear not only how she, went diamond, but she's completely, she's in Success Club 34, the last I knew. So she might be more than that right now. But Success Club 34. And we're not even, we still have so much time left in the month. We're not talking Success Club 34, the last hour of the day. We're talking she's been legit selling challenge bags left and right the entire month. And I'm so excited for her to just share how it was a simple mindset shift, and maybe she'll even touch on her handy dandy to-do list, and how she's making that work for her. So without any more of me, Brandi, it is all you. I am going to mute myself. If you see me sneak away, I'm not trying to be rude. Just got a lot going on over here. So Brandi, it's all yours.
Yay! So super excited, and bear with me because I had to scratch everything down at 9 o'clock last night. My week has been crazy. It's been insane. And it's a lot with the momentum of the business. So it's really good insane, but it's crazy. But it makes it so much more fun. I am having the time of my life. And it's not about the Success Club 34, which I don't even know what that means anymore. Holy cow. But it's just all the interaction, the relationships of even the people that aren't buying anything, just helping them along, getting them started with something has just been really cool. Seeing that value in just not making the sale, but making the relationship has been a lot of fun. So I kind of wanted to start out telling you guys more about my situation, because I do work full time. I work 35, 40 hours a week of my full-time job, but I'm also married, and I've got 2 little kids, 4 and under. And I have a dog. We just moved to a house that has some acreage. So there's just a lot on my plate. But with that full-time job, I am able to work from home. That doesn't mean that I can just be willy-nilly about my time, because I still have things that I have to get done every day. But I do have that flexibility in my schedule that if I need to take an hour, if I need to take a half hour, I can take it. I just got to make it up elsewhere. So that's why I'm able to jump on this call, at 9 a.m. my time, is because of that flexibility. So I am having a little bit of a unique situation there where some of you others that may work full time, you're in an office setting where you can't just be on your phone all the time messaging or posting or whatever, or doing your Insta stories. But I do sometimes have to be in an office setting, and I'll tell you what, I take the biz with me. I take it everywhere I go. If, we're leaving for vacation today, I'm taking it with me so that when the kids are still asleep, I'm working it. Or, they're on nap time or they're playing and I've got a few minutes, I'm going to take 5 minutes and work my biz. And so that's how I deal with my time of being really busy and working. So if I'm waiting on people to call me back or doing my emails or whatever, even if I'm at the office, I'm going to use that time efficiently and do what I need to do. If I have 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to use that time. I'm not just going to be sitting around waiting for, things to act. I'm going to use that time to basically for my benefit. So kind of a little bit about me, like I think it has a lot to do with my personality. Like Brittany said last week, like I'm just able to really dig deep. I see something I want and I just lust after it and I get it. Like I will do everything I have to do. I'm very self-driven. I get determined. When I have my mindset to something, it doesn't matter. Like I'm going to get there. And I think that's what I have been able to dial into these last couple of months, really. So, I was able to use that to basically be like a goal getter, to beat my own odds. I'm kind of reading off my notes here. And this also, my personality kind of developed of how I grew up. I had to overcome a lot of adversity as a child. Just for an example, like my oldest sister, she was in prison by the time she was 18. So my family life wasn't the best. Like we had a very dysfunctional family, to say the least. But I'm not using that to be a victim or as an excuse. I'm using that as my fuel. Like I will overcome this. That does not define me. I am not going to live that life. I'm not going to be the victim and use it to an excuse of poor me, I can't have success. BS. That just makes me have fuel to prove everyone else wrong. And that's what I've been doing, I feel like, most of my life. And so whenever I feel like I am just in the dumps, I'm having a bad time, nobody's responding to me, not messaging me back, nobody's commenting or liking, I can feel that pity coming in and that like bad attitude and, just wanting to kind of just say, you know what, screw it, I don't feel like doing it today. But then I just remember, like, that's not going to get me anywhere. It's not going to get me anywhere. It hasn't gotten anybody else anywhere. That's not what the top leaders do. Like they still work their biz when they don't want to. So basically, I'm going to tell you how this mind shift changed, right? So a couple months ago or so, probably back in January, February, I thought I was working my business really well. Like I thought I was being efficient. I was using a checklist. But what I was really doing, I was just kind of going through the motions. I wasn't being intentional with my time. I thought I was hustling, but really I was just kind of being lazy with the whole thing. And I didn't realize it at the time, but when looking back now, I realized that I was wasting so much time. I was scrolling social media, trying to find people to build a relationship with, which now I know that that's not the way to do it, for me anyway. I was kind of had this misunderstanding of what brought success. I thought if I was just doing those vital behaviors, which I really wasn't doing the best at, that would bring me success if I was just consistent doing the bare minimum. So that was a learning aspect for me, that doing the bare minimum does not bring you the success that you truly want. I wasn't being focused or really intentional in my time. I wasn't truly following up with people that liked or commented on my posts. And I was not inviting to coaching, like at all. It scared the shit out of me, okay? I didn't know what to do when they showed interest. I didn't know what to say. I know that there were scripts in the group. I know that Brittany had her trainings and the Coach Academy and all that stuff. I knew that was there, but I just didn't know what to say or how to follow up or the wording, or, even how to word that post without it being like, join my team, to make it sound more attractive and fun and liberating and just really great, like life-changing. I didn't know how to do that. And it's all me. It was all on me. Like I wasn't asking questions. I wasn't asking Brittany. I wasn't asking other leaders. I wasn't watching other leaders to see what was working for them. I was just kind of sitting in my own little pond and just hanging out and not doing anything to make myself better or to get out of my comfort zone. I was just comfortable being comfortable. And that was where it was just all wrong, right? So that's when I had a girl that I went to high school with. She seen one of my posts, and it was an invitation. It was basically an invitation to the challenge group, right? Because that's all that I was inviting to. So she reached out to me and she said, I want in. And I was like, great, yes, awesome. She goes, no, you don't understand. I want it all. I want in the challenge group. I want to be a coach. I want to do what you're doing. I need an income. She was honorably discharged from the military. And so she wanted an income to support her family, and she wanted to work on herself. So I was like, oh my gosh, a coach. I've only had discount coaches. Holy crap, what do I do? So I immediately messaged Brittany. I was like, shit, like, okay, this girl wants in. What do I do? Do I add her to all the groups, or where do I find the coach trainings? Like, panic. And I was so ashamed. Because I should have known that. Like, I've been a coach for almost a year, and I didn't know how to basically enroll a working coach, or like even the first step. So, that's kind of like an embarrassment for me to admit that, but you know what? It is what it is. And now I've learned from that, and I've picked it up, and I'm running with it now. So learn from your mistakes, right? So I was super pumped. We got her hooked up with all the trainings. We aligned her out with, coaching and all this and that. And then it was quiet for a while. And I just thought she was doing her training. She was getting her groove, trying to figure out what to do. So I was checking in with her, seeing how the trainings were going. She didn't sound like she was doing the trainings, but she wasn't quite coming out that she wasn't doing the trainings. And then she kept complaining, like, how do I do this? I don't know how to do this. I need help using ShareCart. And I said, have you done your training? She said, no, but can you tell me how to do it? And I just found out my dad had bladder cancer, and I was just going through all this stuff mentally, emotionally. It's just a really bad time for me. And that's still an excuse, a good one, but it's still an excuse. And I didn't take the time to walk her through ShareCart. And that was just one little instance of not being a very good leader at that point. But I figured she would be able to give me some grace to deal with what I was dealing with in that moment in time. That night, it was that one night where we got the bad news, and I told her what was going on, and then I'd get back to her in the morning as soon as I could. Well, apparently that was enough for her. She messaged me saying that she canceled her coach account. She joined another team, and that the reason why she joined the other team is a girl reached out to her that she knew and figured out she was coaching, and that coach asked her if she wanted to move over to her team, which is like a big no-no, right? And so she did it. She canceled her coach account with me, signed up with her boyfriend's name on this other team, and sent me a message saying, I think we have different leadership styles. She wanted more one-on-ones, but she never would call me, and I offered to do one-on-one calls. She never messaged me back when I asked her if she was doing her trainings. She wasn't utilizing the tools and resources that we had in the group. She wasn't even posting in the groups. So I know that it wasn't all me, but I was still mad. Like, I was pissed, right? Like, I felt just deceived, betrayed, everything. I know Brittany was mad too. I was mad at her. I was mad at myself, and I was mad at the situation. And that just lit a fire in my belly. I was like, you know what? I'm going to beat her. I don't care what that means or what that sounds like. I'm going to beat her. That's it. I'm going. I'm going to take this business and I'm going to fly, right? Like, I'm just going to rock it, And I was just mad. And I'm like, I'm just going to get even, right? So basically, I wanted to defeat my self-proclaimed odds, where I was like, I can never climb in this business because I am so busy. Full-time job, husband, all that stuff, kids. How am I supposed to grow a business when I have all this other stuff going on? You can do it. You can do it. You just got to think about it the right way. You got to get intentional. You got to get focused. So how I did that was, I thought I was doing this training, right? And in the background, this girl had a sign on her wall that said, hustle like you're broke. And I read that, and for some reason it clicked in my head. I was like, holy crap. the reason why I am not pushing this business the way that I need to be pushing this business is because I don't need this business more than just for like that personal growth, which that should be enough. But for me, I needed a bigger driver. You know, me personally, I needed a bigger driver. I was doing all the vital behaviors, which I was growing personally. You know, like I was becoming a better person to myself. I was feeling more comfortable in my own skin. I was getting healthy and all that, but I just needed something that was going to be like do or die, right? I am like totally that fight or flight mode. So I was like, you know, right, this is it. I'm going to pretend like I don't have that full-time job. I don't have that income. I'm going to pretend like Cody doesn't have that income. I'm going to pretend and basically convince myself that I need this business to survive. And so I was like, all right, this is it. This is that driving motivation. So what I did, and I hope you guys all buy one of these, I swear to God, is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I bought this. I seen this on Facebook while I was scrolling through Facebook. It was an ad, right? We all see ads. This is the High Achievers Playbook, right? Best damn thing that ever happened to me. For me, this is what got me focused, to be intentional. You're writing your annual goals. You have the calendar view for the month, and then you also have each week to look at. It looks like an appointment book. Like on the bottom, you can write in your water intake, your workouts, your follow-ups, your new exposures, how many contacts you add to your master list, and your personal development minutes. And there's areas for notes, and there's areas on to-do lists that you can mark. And you can see my July. It is a rat's nest, okay? And the reason why it's like that is because I write down everything. If somebody says they're interested in a challenge pack, I write them in that right-hand column. I write their name. I write challenge packs, and I write everybody that has shown interest in there. If they say, hey, I'm not going to get paid until the 5th, I'm writing their name down on the 5th. Or I'm flipping to September on the 10th when a girl says she's going to be able to sign up mid-September. Then, I'll put it on the 15th. Or a girl says, yeah, check back with me Friday. I'm writing their names down on that day. And so when I open up my planner in the morning, I look at today, holy crap, I've got 5 people to follow up with. And that's what I do. I use that. And that has helped me so much. But the other thing that has really helped me, my checklist that I chose, and I'm going to tell you guys this, what I'm finding for me, okay, this is all for me. When choosing a checklist, don't choose one that fits what you're doing now. Choose one that scares the shit out of you, right? And that's what I did. Excuse the language, but I'm just pumped right now. So I chose this one because it scared the crap out of me. It's the Win the Week runner. So there's the walker, the jogger, and the runner. I was probably between the walker and the jogger when I found this. And I was like, the runner, yeah, nope. And I kept scrolling to the jogger, and I was like, stop. The reason why you're not doing that is because you're not pushing yourself. Some of the jogger was going to push me, but 100% of this runner scared the crap out of me. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I have one working coach. How the hell am I supposed to be adding stuff to a team page that I didn't even have yet, right? But I was doing her an injustice by not having that team page, by not posting for our team, for not sharing tips and advice and things that were working for me. I was doing her an injustice. And I was like, well, if I plan on having more working coaches, which I did, then I need to get my crap together, get a team page, get my own training, just copy and paste and call it St. Clair Strong Coach Academy to make that brand stronger. Print out that runner, choose your 10 behaviors that it lists, because it gives you a bunch of behaviors that you can choose. And I chose the ones that I thought would really help me grow my business, that were going to move my business forward every single day. And I print one of these out. Well, I print a couple of them out for the month. And that way I don't have to waste time doing that every week. And I write them in on the back, or in this case, I typed them. I type in all those 10 that are going to really help me drive my business forward. So posting on social media, 5 to 10 stories, invite and follow up with 5 to 10 people, my PD, Power Hour, 4 Vitals, mentor coaches, add content to team page, update prospect list, challenge group check-in, all that stuff. And I do it every single day. And if I don't get to them all the time, so like update prospect list, I don't have to do that every day. I can do that 3 times a week, right? I can catch up. Or add content to team page. I don't have to do that every single day, but my goal is to do that 3 to 4 times a week minimum. Unless something's really going on that week and I feel like I need to share it, I just share it. Even if they can see it in the Team FHK page or New Improved, I share it on there too so that they know that I think that they should really be focusing in on that. And so those 2 things, that playbook and that checklist, I take with me everywhere. If I'm working from home, yeah, I'm working my real job, but it's behind my laptop where I can see it so that if I have 5 to 10 minutes, I grab that and I say, hey, I need to check in with my challengers. I can check in really quick. Or I need to do another story. So I'll do a story saying, working hard today or whatever. Or I'll take a picture of my lunch or my breakfast or my snack. Or I will see like, crap, I haven't added anybody. Or I need to follow up with 2 more people. And so I'll look and try to find people on Instagram or Facebook that have liked or commented on there. And I'll hit them up. I'll copy and paste that same message that I send to everybody. Hey, Rebecca, thanks for liking or commenting on my post. It's super inspirational and motivating to me when people love on my post. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? And I just copy and paste that to everybody, and that gets that conversation going. And so that's where I save a lot of time there as well. So basically what I've tried to share with you now, hopefully you've got that. I brought intent to the time when I am able to work. I find those little bitty pockets of time. Yeah, it might be 5 to 10 minutes here or there, but it adds up. I get those vitals done. I do my checklists every single day. I stop scrolling Facebook. I'm more consistent with inviting, especially with coaching. I do a lot more coaching jabs. I try to do a week every month of coach jabs and hooks. I also always reach out to all my current challengers about coaching. If they don't want to work the biz, I always offer that discount to, secure my legs, my left and right. They're like, I don't know if I want to coach, and so I'll give them a month or 2 and then I'll check back in. But I hustle every single day. I always designate times to work my business besides those little pockets before the kids wake up. If it's on the weekend during nap time. And then when the kids come home after dinner, if they're relaxing or watching TV or playing independently, I'll take a couple minutes there. And when the kids go to bed, I take 15 to 20 minutes when they go to bed. And that stuff, those little pockets really do add up. So it doesn't have to be that one single block of time to get it all in. And that's probably the only reason why I'm able to work this business is because I can take those little pockets. So the other thing that I've really thought that has helped me drive my business is saying yes to all of those Facebook challenges and team challenges that we've been doing, like that Team FHK 30-minute moment. When Meg does those add 2 coaches in 7-day groups, that push to diamond. Yeah, they scare the crap out of me. And yeah, I probably don't have time to do them, but I'm going to say yes. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try. I'm going to do my damnedest to try to at least participate as much as I can. I'm not going to say no because, I'm going to be gone next week. I'm not really going to be able to do it. Or I know I'm going to be super busy with work. Say yes anyway. If you can only participate for a couple of days, at least you're getting in a couple of days of a push. And for me, I like that push. I like somebody saying, you have to do this, this, and this today. Giving me goals, giving me things to strive for. That's what really pushes me beyond my comfort zone. I like that. It's scary, but man, when you do it, it feels good. It feels really, really good. So I kind of just wanted to wrap this up saying that, if you really, really want something, you can do it. You can make the time. You can change your mindset to saying that I can, I will, I'm going to. You can find that way. You have to find a way, and you have to make it a non-negotiable. And that's basically it. There's no pom-poms or flying colors or anything crazy about what I've been doing. It's just being very focused, very intentional, working from a list, and a list that scares the shit out of me, a planner that keeps me on track, and that takes a lot of that memory out of it. So I write down everything. I write down if somebody's interested in a challenge group, or if it's Lift 4 or 2B mindset, or maybe possibly coaching in the future, I will write them in wherever it applies, whatever day or whatever month. And that's it, guys. That's all.
I love
Hopefully it was okay. If I talk too fast, I'm sorry. I just get really jacked when I'm really excited.
No, it was perfect. I feel like the biggest thing is, you guys, this is not hard stuff. The reason it's hard is because some of it is uncomfortable. But it is not stuff that makes you think. Like, we're not doing multiplication and division. We are not over here doing math. If we were doing math, I would suck at this business. But getting out of your comfort zone and pushing yourself is something that you have control over. You have to decide. And if you get anything out of this, you guys, Brandi was there a few months ago, coasting through. And I didn't even know she was coasting through, because she was hitting Success Club and she was, doing her thing. And she has these abs that just make you want to go eat a cookie because you don't look like that yet. And, you just I thought she was, fine. And then when she told me that coach, I remember that so vividly. And that was I saw Brandi mad. She wasn't gonna let that girl ruin her mojo for the business or tear her down. And when things happen like that, I've had so much of that happen this month that I have to say, you know what, bless and release. There's a reason God is protecting me from something with that person. But use those times when you feel why is that happening, to say, no, I'm going to show them. I'm going to beat them. I'm going to make her sit back and go, oh, maybe I left too soon, or maybe I was too hard. And the other thing, I was just telling Alicia right before we started recording, you guys, on a day like today, I have all 4 kids home. It is those pockets of time. It is knowing that the most important activities that I can do today, I can do from my phone. This was a huge to-do for me today. This is huge for my business. It helps me learn. I'm showing up for my team. But then everything else, the important messages, follow-up, Instagram invites, I can do all of that on my phone. And so when I sit down to nurse Lincoln, do I want to just be on my phone? No, but I'm just like that today. It's just one day, but it makes all the difference. And even if it was every day, if I have 8 20-minute pockets of time throughout the day, that's a ton of time. And so, sit back in your schedule and say, where are these pockets of time that if you're creating a list, when you have those 20 minutes, you can say, okay, what can I do? What can I do? It's going to take me 10, 15 minutes to go to my stories, find 5 people that are watching my stories that I've never messaged, and message them this PB&J invite. Done. That's 5 invites today. But if I just say I don't have the time because I'm not sitting at my desk, I'm never going to do it. Right? She's doing something amazing, but she's not doing anything hard. We just have to make the choice to say, I want this. I deserve this. My team deserves this. The people that I'm connected with on my social media deserve me to be able to hustle. And, I loved it, Brandi, when you said, and it just got me thinking, I at least know of 3 of us on this call that finances aren't, I was in that mindset for a long time. I didn't need this business up until this last winter. Mm-hmm. But if I change my mindset and I say, I'm going to act like I want to be able to pay all of our bills on my income, so that I can look at Matt and say, go do what you want to do. Go do what makes your heart bursting, because right now he's miserable in sales. There's something so powerful in that. So hustle like you're broke. Make a list like your life depends on it. I make a list that I look at it and I go, how in the hell am I going to accomplish all that today? And I probably won't sometimes, but I'm going to do more than if I don't make a list at all and I'm just kind of flying by the seat of your pants. So Brandi, I'll let you close us out a second with, if you could give them 2 action items to go implement right now, what would you have? What would you tell them to go do today to make a change?
Besides buying an Achievers playbook and printing out that runner.
Okay, so
besides those. Yeah, so after you buy that planner. And after you print out the checklist that scares the crap out of you, message 5 to 10 people every single day, no matter what. Even if one of those people just makes you so uncomfortable, just scares you, right? Just absolutely scares you. The other thing would be to go through all of your challengers, and all of them, even the ones that you've already asked about coaching, ask them about coaching again. I wasn't doing that, and all of a sudden I have like 7 working coaches now, which is batshit crazy, right? Like they're not all like hustling, and that's okay because they're all new and they're trying to figure out their groove and how this whole thing works, but they're there, right? I never even really thought about that until I seen some of the scripts. It said, you know, to an existing challenger. And I'm all, oh my gosh. Like, I haven't even thought of that. And that seems so ridiculously easy. And it is. They're already doing the vital behaviors, and tell them that. So, you know, message those 5 to 10 people. Not just 5. Okay, go 10. Message 10 people today. Especially if you didn't do it yesterday. Yeah, add it on. Yep. And invite to coaching all your challengers, every single one of them, even the ones that said no, not right now. Ask them again.
I love that. Scary stuff, out of your comfort zone stuff, but it's doable.
Yep.
It's doable, right? All right, guys. Well, thank you. Oh, let's get this in, how do I, like, grid mode where I can see everybody, and we'll take a picture real quick. So put your best smiling faces on for a Tuesday afternoon and say, cheese! Good job. Say, yay, guys. Well, thank you for hopping on, you guys. I will download the recording and get that set up. So if you had to hop out or want to listen again, I will do that. Brandi, can you go into the team page and just put, like, I think you can create a document, the High Achievers Playbook and where you got that. I'm sure we can just Google it, but just for simplicity.
Yeah, I'll put the link there.
I was just on their website because I wanted to see it real quick. They're running a buy 3 get 1 free deal.
Oh.
So if we want to go in on 3 and like pay together and just like, I don't know, or if you sign up with your email, you get 25% off. I don't know which one ends up being a better deal once you've paid for shipping and all of that. But like, there's a way to get the price down.
Yeah,
so
it'd probably be easier just to do 25%.
Yeah, probably. But if there are people who live close, like if you want to get your team together and do it, and you have like you live in the same town, that might be a good idea.
Okay.
And they're spendy, like they are spendy. So I get the annual so that I have it for the whole year, and it's $50, but it's worth it. So worth it. You can get the 3-month, and I think those are like $27. But sometimes you can buy those, buy one get one free. They always have a sale. They always have a sale.
Is it dated or is it like start from the day you get it?
Undated.
Oh,
so you can start at any time. Yeah.
Perfect. That's awesome. And then can you can you like just show a snapshot of your list of stuff? Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys. Hopefully we can have another new Diamond coach share how they're running their business in a month and what changed for them, right? Implement this list and let's rock it, you guys. I will end on, if you have 0 to 3 coaches and you want to be in the Dream Decide Diamond group with me, there's like 8 of us in there leading it. It's going to be really short, very sweet, but intentional action items. And all of us coaches that are running it are also all trying to get a second business center to Diamond. So we are committed to doing the activities with you. So like we won't do anything. We're not going to ask you to do anything we won't do ourselves, if that helps or scares you. I don't know. But if you have 0 to 3 coaches, you just need to get to 4 coaches before August 1st. Okay. So I will be willing to work with you if that's something you want to do. Grandparents, parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, they all count as coaches. If that gets you into that group to learn those activities, that's what we do. Okay? All right, guys, make it a great Tuesday, and we will see you later.